antreprenor englez a deschis în Ungaria un fel de booking.com al serviciilor de curierat. Colin Sneed a venit la Budapesta de la 2000 de kilometri departare, din Liverpool, să facă afaceri. A început în 2006 în firma tatălui său, care vindea piese de autobuz, dar criza le-a dobărât acel business. Colin este însă exemplul de antreprenor care ia ce se poate salva în urma unei prăbușiri și îl dezvoltă într-o nouă afacere. Așa se face că și-a dezvoltat singur un business la Budapesta în care trimitea piese de autobuz din Europa Centrală în Marea Britanie, negociind agresiv tarifele de shipping cu marile companii de curierat. De aici a izvorât actuala sa afacere, care pune în valoare puterea internetului și capacitatea sa de a negocia. Fürgefutar.hu și varianta sa destinată piețelor din afara Ungariei, Alpaca, negociază la sânge servicii de curierat cu marile companii din domeniu și redistribuie aceste servicii la prețuri avantajoase pentru mici firme de e-commerce sau pentru populație. Modelul de business seamănă cu cel al Booking.com, care intermediază servicii hoteliere pe internet. Nu are dube sau avioane de transport, ci computere, o conexiune bună la internet, o echipă abilă și multă încăpățânare cu care îi pisează pe operatorii de curierat să lase la preț. De altfel, firma sa se consideră una de tehnologie, la fel ca Booking.com, Airbnb sau Uber, de exemplu.
We essentially offer a online platform that allows companies or consumers, anyone actually, to compare courier and parcel delivery prices all in one place. So we work with some of the biggest courier companies in the world, including DPD, GLS, UPS, DHL, TNT, and by gathering together all of our customers' orders and placing the orders through one account, we're able to get very big discounts from the courier companies, and it's these discounts that we actually pass on to our customer group. We are essentially an aggregator for the courier companies. So it's really quite simple. I mean, the niche, our business model is based around us being able to offer between 50 and 70% discount on premium parcel delivery services. So we offer essentially a platform for our customers where they can choose where they'd like to ship a parcel to, and then based on the information that they give us, we're able to calculate the best shipping rates for them. So it's very similar to any comparison website. You could say like booking.com or something like this. So it's a similar principle. We use the huge shipping volumes that we've got to drive the prices down with the courier companies, and then we pass on these savings to.
So you're the booking.com of shipment.
I would like to call it that. Yes, our aim is to be the market leader in Central and Eastern Europe. So we established the company in 2010 in Hungary. With the name Fürgefutar.hu. We didn't have a global vision at the time. It was purely for a hobby. The whole idea behind the company was just, we'll do this on the side for fun while we concentrate on the other things that we're currently working on. But very, very quickly we saw things grow. We were doubling, revenue week on week, month on month, and we very quickly realized that, perhaps we should shift our focus from the company that we were currently working on onto this new business. And that's really when the kind of mindset changed, as to, Hungary itself is quite a small place. So we should probably be thinking, bigger. So this area, in my opinion, Central and Eastern Europe, offers a lot of potential in terms of growing a company. So we came up with alpaca.com as more of an international name for the business, and then we rolled out in Romania, Slovakia, and just a month or so ago, the Czech Republic as well.
Colin a reușit să atragă și o investiție substanțială, susținută prin instrumentul financiar al Uniunii Europene, Jeremy, esențială pentru dezvoltarea companiei.
We received 650,000 euros from the Jeremy Fund. That was it's interesting how the Jeremy Fund works, because we got venture capital money supplied through the Jeremy Fund. 70% of it comes from the Jeremy Fund, and one of the rules, of course, which I'm sure you're aware of, is that the other 30% has to come from some other form of investor. So we've got 2 additional co-investors. So the venture capital company is Euro Ventures.
It's a Hungarian VC company.
It's a Hungarian VC company, yeah. And our co-investors are, we have a guy called Gyuri Koradi, who is part of Cryptalk or is also involved somehow in Cryptalk, which is another startup in Hungary, another Hungarian startup.
He is some kind of an angel investor or something?
Yes, you could say he's kind of an angel investor. I think that's a safe bet. And we have Zoltán Kovács. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of Kirovsky.
No.
It's a very large online and digital media marketing agency here in Hungary. So he was originally the owner of that entity, and he grew that to be a very, very successful Hungary's largest online digital media agency, and he sold that, I'm not sure when, about 10 years ago, something like this. It was important for me to remain the majority stakeholder. Of course, in the business.
Clienții lui Colin sunt în general startup-uri sau mici firme de comerț online care nu pot să negocieze direct cu mari operatori de curierat tarife avantajoase. Aici intervine afacerea lui Colin, care negociază pachete mari de servicii cu greii curieratului și apoi le vinde la bucată micilor comercianți. Firma se extinde în mai multe țări din jurul Ungariei, printre care și România. Aici apar provocările generate de diferențele dintre obiceiurile de consum ale românilor comparativ cu ale ungurilor, de exemplu.
On the B2C side, which is primarily online, this is a huge market for us. So we're working with a lot of web shops. In total at the moment here in Hungary we have over 3,000 active users on the site.
So e-commerce is one of your biggest
It's one of the biggest, yeah.
market.
So at the moment, if you think about how many web shops there are just in Hungary alone, it's well in excess of 5,000. The Romanian customer base, they're very well looked after when it comes to what the courier companies do to make sure that the consumer really gets the best from the service. So COD is a huge part of the Romanian economy. I think we call it ramburs, something like this, yeah. So in Hungarian it's utámvéd. So in Hungary, around between 70 and 80% of the shipments are all with utámvéd, with the COD, cash on delivery service.
Yeah.
I think in Romania it's something like 90% or more. Now, some of the courier companies are actually offering, to answer exactly what you said, to combat this kind of people going into the shop because they physically want to see it, touch it, try it before they buy it and part with their money. A lot of the courier companies, what they're actually doing in Romania is they're offering a service which allows the customer to open the box in front of the courier, check the goods, even put the shoe on their feet and try it for the size and say, yeah, it's good, I'll take it, and then pay the courier for it. And if they don't like it, then it goes back in the box and the courier takes it away.
Yeah,
it's incredible. It is incredible.
And does it affect you, for example?
Yes. In Hungary, we've been here for nearly 6 years. Nearly 6 years in October. In Romania, we've been in the market for less than a year, and as a result, it's very, very difficult to build up trust with Romanian customers. Our service requires you to pay in advance before the courier actually physically turns up. So we are always pushing for credit card payments in advance. We also offer bank transfer, but essentially the customer has to pay in advance. And this, you're right, this is a big problem for us because I think a lot of the consumer market in Romania they don't want to part with their money before the service has physically been rendered, I think.
Yeah.
But it's changing. We've noticed it's changing as our brand awareness grows. Then it's becoming easier for us to actually get customers.
Componenta IT este crucială pentru afacerea lui Colin Nitsch. La fel de importante sunt și campaniile de promovare pe internet.
Many people ask us, and many people assume that we're actually a courier company. That's what people think. We think we have cars and vans and trucks and airplanes. We don't have anything. As I said, we work as an aggregator. So we would actually classify ourselves as a tech, an IT tech internet business. It is extremely important for us. Without the right IT team behind you, you're not going to make any progress, I think, in today's modern e-commerce, web-based society. It's essential. You have to be adding value continuously to your product. You have to be thinking about the user experience, the user journey through your product while he's using the services. These things are all essential to making sure that actually you have customers that try it out, think, wow, this is cool, this is really cool, and I'm making a saving, and these guys have really invested time in what we're actually doing. So I think, yeah, it's essential. The IT side is essential. When we started the business, we started with AdWords. We purely use Google AdWords. Yeah. We've now started to expand into advertising on Facebook. We're also exploring other social media opportunities, including Instagram. These really online marketing is essentially what drives our business forward. We spend a lot of money and time with on Google. It's inevitable, and I would say it's probably our primary source of revenue. This is where we get the majority of our traffic from. At the moment, we are spending here in Hungary alone. We're spending roughly anything between 1 and 2 million Hungarian forints, which is about between 3,000 and 6,000 euros, depending on the time of year. It's very seasonal, what we do. So at Christmas time, it's probably around the 6,000 euro mark.
Yeah.
Around sort of this time of year, it's probably around the 3,000 euro mark.
Lui Colin nu i-a fost mereu ușor. Își amintește cu oarecare nostalgie cum acum vreo 5 ani a rămas fără banii pe care i-a pus deoparte dintr-o altă afacere pe care o vânduse și nu mai avea cu ce să se mai întrețină. El povestește că a fost nevoit uneori să meargă fără bilet cu transportul în comun. Noroc însă cu controlorii înțelegători pe care i-a întâlnit la Budapesta și cu soția sa unguroaică.
The most difficult point for me was when I started to run out of that money I'd put aside for myself, and the company was doing very well. The company was at break even, and I think the sad thing was I misjudged the amount of time it takes to go out and get an investment and get investment on board, and it was that period between running out of money and the actual investment hitting the bank account which was the most difficult. And yeah, it was really bad. My wife was supporting me at the time financially. There's times when you just can't buy a bus ticket, I mentioned earlier, and you're on the bus sitting there thinking, oh my god, I hope I don't get checked for my ticket, but it's worth it in the end, because you come to an office where everyone is feeling the same vibe as you are, everyone's fighting for the same thing, so the atmosphere it's great. It's not really a job, it's purely a hobby.